very much. If you haven't noticed, we're making a movie here. It's called Elvis Loses His Excess. All right, well, I'm Justin, Elvis Miller around these parts. I do Elvis impersonations, and I've been setting up on the 127 cell and providing entertainment for the past 3 years.
The 127 cell is the longest yard sale in the world.
It starts in Michigan, it goes all the way to Gadsden, Alabama.
Up and down the US 127 corridor.
It's over 600 miles now. It started about 300 miles.
Basically, it's where people get rid of their junk.
We have it the same weekend every year, and it's just fun.
On the internet, everybody's sharing about it.
People come from California and everywhere.
Well, the 127 cell, originated here in Jamestown, Tennessee. One of the county executives decided it would be a great way to get tourists involved in the area.
They were supposed to connect all these poor counties to an interstate system long ago, and they've not done it yet.
It gives the people a chance to dig out their old stuff, clean up their storage buildings, whatever it is, and get out here and get rid of their stuff and make new friends. Yeah. And our motto is the best friend that we'll ever have is that stranger we ain't met yet.
A lot of people have said that this is the first place they've stopped if they're coming from north. And people that are coming from the south, this will be the last place they stop at. Luckily, we live right here on 127, so we get all the traffic. We have some good stories. We have some sad stories, like my mom's stuff. It's sad to sell that, yeah. But she likes to make quilts, and I got a lot of her material out here for sale. I can't sew a button on, and she used to quilt, but she had a heart attack last year, and she's got arthritis real bad. She's been quilting all her life because my grandma used to quilt, and she tried to pass that on to me, and oh no, I worked in a factory for 30 years. That's what I did. She made all different kinds. She gave me a couple of them. I give some to my kids. Just a lot of memories in them quilts. Quilts tell a story.
Yeah, maybe our first stop. And we was getting real nervous there for a while. We may need it. First person. Once you got that person under your belt, you're all right. Youngest, oldest. Oldest to the youngest. I'm the baby.
We're sisters and best friends. Always have been.
Yeah. Oh, she's got a list of stuff. She doesn't. And she'll buy anything. She was in the Harrisburg tornado last year, so she lost everything. We went through a tornado, hit my house head on, and it threw me and my husband and I 87 feet across the street. And I lost everything, and now I'm coming to replenish if I can find some of the things that I had. That's one of the things on my list is a flower pot.
This is our first stop, and everybody bought something first stop, so that's good.
Surprise!
That does not surprise me. We got to go over there.
A lot of this stuff has never been out of the boxes. I bought it when I got married and never ever used it. I've traveled for 20 years with my husband. He was in the military, so every 2 years we've moved from state to state. I've been all over the place, Hawaii, Germany, for the last 20 years. He just retired this year. This is one thing that I thought of every year, I just never got it out. It's a Easter circle. You light it every week of Easter. traveling around so much with the military, you don't get a whole lot of chance to do some of the traditions that you're brought up with. When you have a limit to how much you can take with you, it's hard to hold on to a lot of those objects. For me, it's not so much objects as memories. I've missed so much family time in 20 years that you can't get that back.
I've kind of envied my friends and neighbors that have participated, but this was the first year that I actually had time to get my stuff priced and get it outside. It was time to get rid of the clutter because I'm getting remarried. My boyfriend doesn't really like clutter. He's very neat and tidy and organized, and I think, he loves me, so he tolerates all my junk. But in respect to him, I would like to make room for a combined household when we get married. He means more to me than the stuff does, even though I love the stuff.
I furnished my house probably with yard sale items, but when I get through with them, they don't look like yard sale items. They're nice. I paint them up. Sometimes I stripe them, put polka dots on them. Sometimes I make them look like leopard skin. She wanted $2, and I got her down to $1. I felt like I got a bargain. That's the fun of it, is thinking you pulled it over on somebody. Stuff you buy nowadays that they make, it's not worth bringing home. It's just not wood anymore. It's just pressed wood, and I don't like that. Everything changes.
What is your name?
Justin. Did you ever know Earl Miller?
Yeah.
That was my daddy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Floyd Cooper, right? Floyd.
Oh, yeah.
I know your mom and dad.
Yeah.
She used to work at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Did she get along all right?
As far as I know.
Yeah, I've known Earl for a long time.
Right.
He been dead now 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
3 or 4 years.
Since 2008.
2008.
Yeah. But
it's not too hot this morning. That's one
no.
good thing.
That thing fit a big man. My daddy wore that, I guess, whenever he was a cop up here. We've had it around for a long time. My dad was a deputy sheriff back in the 70s. He carried that gun belt and holster whenever he was law enforcement. Hey, thank you. Have a good one. I've got a pocket watch that he gave me, and he told me to pass it down to my son. And that will be something that I do not get rid of that he gave me. Oh, okay. You want to hear Johnny Cash?
Hey, get a rhythm. When you get the blues, come on and get a rhythm.
My dad told me that I needed to learn to use my own voice. He said you can't be a grown man and use Elvis's voice. He was a musician and a singer. Me and my dad had a lot of good times together, music-wise, and now I'm trying to get my kids to pick that up. What about that? Did you like it?
That's awesome. It's like instant Jesus, ain't it? So we've been sitting up here, or I have, with Justin for I think this makes 4 years. Mm-hmm. And this is your second year with me. Year. What are you doing fine now? You got your little chunk of Jesus. Thank you. Beautiful. Wait a minute. Well, what was it, about last June?
At I went to Justin's Elvis concert. and he was there. And I told him, I said, I'm an artist, I will help you with these rocks. So he brings me a bunch of rocks. And when he came to get the rocks, I had done a Jesus with a crown of thorns.
That sadness in his face, I said, I love that, but that came to pass. I want a smiling, blue-eyed Jesus.
So I started doing the smiling Jesus with the blue eyes.
And when I seen that, she had my heart. I just melted. And then I said, well, what about you sitting up with me out here? And so we sat up together right where we're at this year.
He was sitting over there, and he gets down on his knees and says, would you marry me?
And I said, don't ask me now, think about it.
Yeah.
And so she didn't. Oh, I tell you what, my heart was pumping. And I said, please let her say yes. And I come out here the next morning, and I seen that big old smile, and I got scared then. She said, yes. Oh, praise God, and thank you, Jesus. And we went and got married.
August the 7th.
August the 7th. That was 2 days after the 127 sale last year. I love you. I do, bud. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Did you see the tiger, the white tiger? The rug, that's one of my favorite pieces I have. Well, our bedroom is done in safari, and it's got all kinds of pictures, and everything's decorated in either tigers or leopards or palm trees or something. White tiger, the one I was just talking about, something I liked. $50. Well, I might take 45. But that rug is made a little different than most rugs. It's made in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
What about 45?
I'll give 40.
You drive a hard bargain.
I'll give 40 for you right now.
Give it here. She don't like the rug, or I wouldn't part with it. Where can you find a rug made in Saudi Arabia of a white tiger? You found a treasure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Once it's gone, it's gone. Made my wife happy. She didn't like it. His wife likes it, so his wife's happy, and he is too. So that's what I like. Make people happy.
I've been buying and selling since I was about 18, and I seem to be all right at it. When I was little, I really wanted to be an astronaut. My inspiration my whole life has been my mom. I watched her raise 2 kids on her own and go through absolute hell. I got in some trouble when I was a teenager, and it didn't really look like there was any way out of it. And bedridden with breast cancer, she somehow got me out of it. If I get to a point where I feel like I've worked as hard or accomplished as many things as she has, or even close to it, I think that I would feel that I've lived up to my dream. The greatest woman I've ever known in 30 years.
Can't do that anymore. I walked in on her. I wasn't expecting anything.
I saw something I don't tell you all the time.
Well, 127 to me, it brings all of us together. A lot of our friends, family, we come together one time a year and we all just hang out, talk, share stories, play a little music, and make a little money in the process.
The main thing I like about the 127 sale is visiting and meeting different people. You know, when you're like where we live here, You think, well, maybe they're different. In Michigan, people are different, or the Midwest or Florida. But really, people are about the same everywhere you